The reason that you are so afraid of other people, the reason you're so afraid what other people think about you, what they feel about you, how they perceive you, what they're gonna say about you, is because you are scared of yourself. You have not challenged yourself enough to be confident enough if someone else were to challenge you. Do you get what I'm saying? You are afraid of other people because you are afraid of yourself. You have not taken the time necessary to look at yourself in the mirror, look at your own reflection externally, internally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. So you're afraid of what someone else is going to tell you because you've been trying to hide from that reflection for so long. When you start learning about yourself, when you start getting to know yourself, when you start checking yourself, you're not going to be afraid of what someone else can point out to you. You're not going to be afraid of someone checking you because I already do that to myself. So I'm ready for the challenge. Like, can you challenge me harder than I challenge myself? Maybe. So when you start looking at yourself, you start realizing that the only person that's truly your enemy is you. I wouldn't even say enemy. I don't even like to say enemy. You will start to realize that the only person that can truly like change you is you. And therefore, you're not going to give anyone else the power of having control over how you live and move in your life. I used to be somebody who was so afraid of what other people thought of me. Like, genuinely. I would tell, like, and my partner would notice this, and I would tell him, I'm like, I am, like, honestly so self-conscious about how other people perceive me. I am genuinely worried about how other people view me when I'm out in public, what emotions they have toward me, what feelings I create in them. Because truthfully, I was afraid of, like, if I ever were to create some confrontation in my life in some aspect, I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to rise to the occasion. And that's just truth. That's straight up. Like, for a while in my life, like, I was that friend that people were like, you know, like, if I get into something, then I'm gonna call you, because I wasn't afraid of confrontation if necessary. Not that I'm out here looking for a fight, and not that fighting is really even in my playbook anymore, but this was an energy I carried with me, and over time I started to feel that fade. And even if other people perceived me that way, I truthfully didn't feel that in myself. I felt that, like, I could like defend myself physically if necessary, but like verbally and emotionally, and like even to full extents physically, it was the fact that I thought I was even going to have to. I was so afraid of this confrontation from somebody else, because I believed that I was constantly in a situation where I was gonna have to, like, protect myself. I was in survival mode, and that's because I wasn't taking the time. I was trying to protect myself from myself. That's just the quick video that needs to be said today. Someone needs to hear this. You all need to hear this, genuinely, because this is where most of our fear stems from. Most of our fear, like the significant amount of our fear, is not logical. It doesn't come from necessarily that, animalistic aspect of us where it's like we need the bare minimums to survive. We need to know how to protect ourselves in, like, the wild and shit like that. Most of our fears today are insecurities, like, what do they think about me? Is he gonna leave me? Are they gonna cheat on me? Are they not gonna like me? Maybe I don't deserve that. And those are all, like, mental things. So we can never overcome these fears until we're willing to look inside of our own mind, inside of our own emotional body, and say, where is this coming from? The people who are literally not afraid of anyone in this life are not afraid of themselves. It is because they have gone through enough introspection, and they have pushed their body, their mind, and their heart to limits that they know they're able to come back from anything. They know the strength that they hold because they have not been afraid of the scariest thing, this dark energy that exists within them. You know, like the best like military people and Marines, there's this one guy, I don't know, I watched a video of him talking about the extremes that he pushes his body to and the way that he talks to his body, because he knows he's in control. He's not afraid of himself. He's not afraid of his own body. He's not afraid of his own mind. He has control of all of that. So when you feel like you don't have control over your sense of confidence, your sense of like physical agility, when you feel like you don't have control over your own thoughts and what's going on inside of your body, you're never going to feel like you have control outside of you. And therefore, you're always going to live in a state of fear, because you're going to be vibrating in this energy of needing to be in control, but you're never going to be. And when you start looking at yourself, you realize that you are in control of all the facets and aspects of yourself, but things externally are out of your control. And what matters is how you rise to the occasion to meet them. Do you have the capability to rise to the occasion to meet them? Telling you guys, it's really a mental game more than anything. 1010% life is a mental game. When you start claiming power back over your mind, your thoughts, your body, your actions, really comes down to your thoughts. That's where everything starts. When you start claiming attention over your thoughts and the emotions in your body and learning to own them and look at them and want to get to know them, when you start treating yourself like a person that you want to love you, like a person outside of yourself that you want to get to know so bad because you want them to love you, when you start viewing yourself as that person that you need to get to know, your life is literally going to change. You are going to be in a whole different place. You are going to be playing the game instead of having the game play you. Start looking at yourself. If you're afraid to look in the mirror, isn't there like a movie or symbolism where it's like, you know, the animals that are you afraid of your own shadow? That is, you need to do the shadow work. If you're a groundhog and you're afraid of your own shadow, you're never going to come into the light. You're going to go back in that hole and keep existing in the same negative place and space and state of fear and anxiety that you've been in for so long, because you came out seeing your shadow and was like, gotta go. There was an opportunity for you to look at your shadow, to look at all the energy that you've suppressed and all the energy that you're storing in your body and trying to ignore. You're going to see it and run away. But what happens if you rise to the occasion and you see your shadow and you look at it? You start walking in spite of it. And you learn to have fun with it. You learn to be appreciative of it, but it doesn't stop you from still feeling the sun on your skin. It doesn't stop you from still existing above ground and taking in all the beauty that life is. So I love you guys. 911 on the camera. Again, I know I already said that, and you guys know I can never just finish a video like that. So I love you guys. Like I said, stay blessed, and I will see you in the next video.